Say hello. Very good. Very good. Oh, wait.
Try to slow down.
That's okay. Perfect. I'll see you afterwards. Yeah.
All right. Are we mostly here? Are most folks here now? If not, we'll let those stragglers come in. What I'd like you to do is there should be a green card on your table. You see a card like this on your table, and there are some markers. What I'd like for you to do is, with this green card, I'm going to give you some directions, and I'm going to time you on this. And this will be this will determine if you get a raise or no. I'm just kidding. What I would like for you to do is I'll give a time to start, and then we'll begin. And I'll give you about maybe a minute or so. And what I'd like for you to do is to circle the numbers in sequential order, starting from 1. Okay? I want you to circle the numbers in sequential order, starting from 1. All right? So I'll give you the time to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're at 45 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right. If I'm not mistaken, this goes up to 89 is the top number. How far did folks get? 17? Anyone get past 17? 21? Anyone? 19? Anybody get past 21? All right, cool. We'll hold those. We'll come back to those in just a minute. How was that doing that exercise?
Hard on the eyes.
It was hard on the eyes. Okay. Yeah, it's a little dark back there. The numbers are a little small. But did you have any emotional feelings as you were going through this activity? Anxiety. Okay. No, nothing. How many people feel accomplished, like competent and accomplished because of how they achieved what they achieved on their card? Nobody? No.
After I heard other scores, I felt all right.
Okay. Until you heard other people's scores, you're feeling pretty good about it. All right. Why do you think that? Why did that change? Why did that shift for you? Why were you feeling all right until you heard someone else's scores?
I felt better after I heard other people's scores.
Oh, you felt better after you heard their scores. Okay. That people didn't achieve as much, or you?
Well, I thought I wasn't going that fast at it.
Okay. So you didn't think you were going that
I
fast.
got 13 or something. I didn't do too bad.
Okay, yeah, you didn't do too bad. All right. Cool. Other people? After you heard other folks, yes.
I started out, when I first looked at it, I go, oh, this is a big maze. Just take your time, do the best you can, and I'm not worried about what anyone else does. So
Okay. So you just took your time. All right. How far did you get?
I think to 12.
To 12. Okay. Cool. Was this a difficult task or was it an easy task? It was easy? Okay. How far did you get? 13? Okay. All right. So again, we'll come back to these in just a second. I want to show a clip from one of my favorite movies, and then I want to get into the meat of our conversation today. I don't know about you, but the movie The Matrix changed my life. I love that movie. Anyone seen the movie? Yeah. I won't do it today, but I can almost recite word for word. I'm one of those guys that would annoy the heck out of people watching this movie because I've seen it so much. So here's a short compilation. It's about 4 minutes, but it'll set the tone for the next part of our conversation, which is talking about Plato's allegory of the cave. All right? So. What's that? Can I move like sometimes? So here we go. Or was it playing? Okay.
Welcome you. As you no doubt have guessed, I am Morpheus. It's an honor to meet you. Lord, the hour is mine. Please, come, sit. I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole. You can say that. I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he's a spectator to what happened. Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Do you believe in fate?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. But there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that is broken to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out the window, or when you turn on the television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave here. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more.
So the, oh, sorry. I'm going to show this next piece.
The matrix is a system here. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters. The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was, yeah. Is it? This isn't it. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. You are not one of us. You are one of them. Sentinel programs. You can move in and out of any software still hardwired to the system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially enemy. Inside the matrix, they are everyone, and they are none. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone's going to have to fight them. Some. I won't lie to you. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought Agent has died. But where they have failed, we will succeed. I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as we can. What are you trying to tell me? That dodge bullets? No. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
All right. So I know that's very melodramatic. I love it. It's that particular piece is what kind of drove me to really understand some things and question some things about the world that I live in. And so I don't know if many of you know or understand that The Matrix is an allegory, a story where you get to add your meaning. And it was based off of Plato's allegory of the cave. And you can find that in the Republic. I would suggest that you not read it in the Republic because that Greek is just so confusing that I Google it if you like. But there are some things in the allegory that I want to address right now because I think they can help us as supervisors to be more efficient in leading our folks as well as changing some things in our own lives. And so the beginning of the allegory goes like this. Imagine prisoners chained deep inside a cave. Not only are their limbs immobilized by the chains, but their heads are as well, so that their eyes are fixed on a wall. Behind the prisoners is an enormous fire, and between the fire and the prisoners is a raised way, along which men carry shapes of various animals, plants, and other things. All right? So before I go to the next paragraph, let's talk about this for a little bit. Who or what should be living in caves? Who lives in caves? Bats. Who else? Bears. All right? When you think of a cave, what imagery comes up for you? Cavemen. Clubs. What's that?
Dark.
Dark. What else? Cold, musty. So all of these things. So, bats and bears and animals live in these caves. Cavemen live in caves. And they're dank and they're dark. Is this a place for small children? No. This is not a place for small children. right? But it says that the prisoners have been chained since childhood deep inside a cave. What do you think are some of the things that, metaphorically, or if we add an allegory, could keep people in a cave? If we look at this as a metaphor, what are some things that can keep people in a dark, desolate place? Information, or lack of information, right? What else? Attitude, right? Not having the appropriate attitude to get them out of the situation that they're in, right? What else?
Afraid to go outside of their comfort zone or
Afraid to go outside of their comfort zone, right? The fear. It could be. It could also be things like addiction or abuse, or the fear of all of those things that we just mentioned, right? So not only are their limbs immobilized by the chains, but their heads are as well, since their eyes are fixed on the wall. Immobilized means that they can't move, but their eyes are fixed on a wall. And behind the prisoners is an enormous fire. And between the fire and the prisoners is a raised way in which men carry various plants, animals, and other things. Now, how did the fire get into the cave? Is that a natural occurrence? Is fire in a cave a natural occurrence? No. So how did the fire get into the cave? Somebody made it, right? So someone brought resources outside of the cave, built this cave, and built this fire. The next paragraph says that the shapes cast shadows on the wall which occupy the prisoner's attention. The shapes cast shadows. What is a shadow? It's a silhouette of the object, a shadow. It can only be made with light. Shadow. Is a shadow the same as the image that creates it? No. It depends on the angle of the light. It's just an outline of that, right? So the object that made it can oftentimes be a 3D object, but the shadow is in how many dimensions? 2. Right? It has a length and it has a width, but it doesn't have depth, right? So the shadows are being created by this fire. So the shapes cast shadows on the wall which occupy the prisoner's attention. Wait a minute. We have prisoners who've been here since childhood. What should prisoners be thinking about? Escaping, right? But instead, what are they thinking about? These shadows, right? So the shapes cast shadows on the wall which occupy the prisoner's attention. Also, when one of the shape carriers speaks, the echo against the wall causes the prisoners to believe that the words are coming from the shadows. So the prisoners actually believe that the shadows are what? Talking. What is an echo? Okay, it's a reverberation of sound or a reflection of sound off of an object. Is the echo the same as the original voice or sound that created it? No. And oftentimes they're somewhat distorted, right? You know, you yell into a cave, hello, 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 hello. Or hello, hello, hello. Right? It can fill up a room or it can be diminished depending on the cave. So if you're walking into the situation and you see these people chained and they're looking at shadows and they think that the shadows are talking, what do you say about these people? Or what do you notice about these people? What would you say? All right, they have what?
A boring existence.
They have a boring existence. All right, there's a naivete about them. What else would you say? They don't.
I know that because I'm coming from outside. But
Okay.
when I'm in here, I don't know that.
Yeah, so they may not even know that they're necessarily prisoners. But I, as an observer, know, right? I may have pity on them. I may, say that they're insane. Why can't these people just get up and make something happen for themselves? But for them, this is the only reality they know. So the echoes against the wall cause the prisoners to believe that the words are coming from the shadow. The prisoners engage in what appears to be a game, naming the shapes as they come by. This, however, is the only reality they know, even though they're only seeing shadows of images. Right? Is there a larger context that we can use to talk about this? Are there people that you know that are living in an existence where they're playing games with shadows as opposed to living real life? When I think about this, I think of our reality TV shows. I was watching one called The Hills or something on MTV, and this 30-something-year-old guy bought this, $400 million home, and it's got a pool, and that's not real. They show people working at Teen Magazine and all this kind of stuff and presenting these real situations in an unreal way. I think the biggest farce I ever saw was The Real World on MTV when I was growing up as a teenager, right? Because they had all these extra cool jobs, but you never saw them at the job, And a lot of people get caught up and think that these things are real. What is real? How do you determine what is real? What's reality?
Own perception of it?
Your own perception of it, okay? It's interesting that people will often refer to reality as a part of the truth. And what we know about the truth is that the truth oftentimes gets related to facts and statistics. But facts and statistics have nothing to do with the truth.